Hello, this is part 2 of my video that's telling you about the narcissist. So you watched my part 1 and I'm going to finish where I left off. So basically I was telling you about the signs of a narcissist when you first meet them. Okay, so what I was saying in the last video at the end of it was that the narcissists tend to be very secretive about their past, or giving you half information. Okay, so they'll tell you the bad parts about their partner, but they won't tell you any contribution to the problem that they made. Okay, and often they tend to play the damsel in distress. They tend to target women or men who tend to be sensitive, compassionate, optimistic, givers, selfless people. They also tend to target women. The male narcissists target women who seem to be more like a Florence Nightingale, a woman that seems to be more of a nurturer, okay? Because that makes them an easy target for the narcissist, okay? They even tend to target some religious women, the male ones do, okay? Because they know that often the religious women tend to be more forgiving, okay? So they can just sort of treat this woman like a doormat and just keep, doing it and coming back and leaving and coming back and doing the same thing, multiple discards of the same woman. It's really hurtful to even say because I've been there. So that's one of the signs of a narcissist. The other sign is they tend to be very materialistic. They can be very well kept. A little bit too well kept, nitpicking over their appearance, and the nitpicking of your appearance starts to occur when they think they got you. Okay, but we'll get into that a little further into this series of videos that's going to teach you more about experience with the narcissist, recovery, what they go through afterwards. I wouldn't say go through because they deserve whatever they go through afterwards, but also what you go through and more of the red flags. So this love bombing that they do, it's really the hook. It's the bait. Okay. And that happened to me. My ex was constantly love bombing me. I mean, he really did his research. He celebrated who I was, my spirituality. He took me to places I wanted to go to that he knew that I'm not used to being taken to by my ex. He celebrated me. He literally laid out the red carpet for me when I walked in a room, to put me on the pedestal. He seemed to have the same mind as I did, agree with a lot of my beliefs. He basically was the ultimate profile of a narcissist. Okay, right from the very first start, but I didn't think of the old phrase, what's too good to be true is probably is. So I was constantly telling myself, I can't prejudge. I was going into my Florence Nightingale mentality, whereas I have to be nurturing, I have to not be judgmental and all of that. So the narcissist early on makes you feel like he is or she is very emotional available. You'll notice that they seem to reveal some emotional heartache too at times, like life is hard, I'm in a jam, and all of that. Another sign is they tend to seem to not have many real friends. Okay, they tend to have friends that seem to engage in criminal activity with them, or be people who seem to provide something to them. So they tend to be loners in disguise, okay, as if they have this big social life when really they don't. They are literally soaking up your social life, and they will do their best to make your friends their friends at your expense. Okay. So if you're in a relationship with a narcissist, you're literally a sitting duck. Okay. You're literally gambling with your life. You're in danger. Okay. because they don't have the conscience that we have. Okay, normal people. The average person who is in a relationship for love and not for thrills, just for thrills. So that's a sign of a narcissist. They tend to be more determined to enjoy the thrills in your relationship rather than those loving moments of alone time you have with them. They may do that early on, but you notice they start to be few and far between. Okay, they tend to suddenly have busy lives. Okay, so in my next video, I'm going to talk to you about the change in the narcissist, how they begin the process to discard you. Okay, which may be multiple times if you're not aware that you're holding on to a narcissist after he's discarded you. And I say not aware because some people don't know they're with a narcissist. I didn't even know what a narcissist was. So in my next video, we're going to talk about when the narcissist starts to discard you. Okay, but there are so many red flags to know when you're with a narcissist. One of the main red flags before I stop this video and go on to the next video is that they tend to not share too much of their youth or childhood with you. They may only choose the very, very sad part so that they can play on your sympathy. Okay, you end up not knowing as much as you should know about them. They give you crumbs of love. And you start to have all these crumbs, and you start to put the crumbs together to try to make a loaf of bread of love. And you realize it's just a bunch of crumbs. But you don't realize this until you're actually recovered from their narcissist attack. The best that you can recover, okay? Because I believe now that some of you has always gone after an attack with a narcissist. You know, it can take years of recovery. But I'll get into that in another video. But know that there are so many red signs, and these are some of the major signs. They also may be in financial stress and may be needing you. You know, coming off with you as you're the hero. But really, you're just fuel. You're literally blood. They're like a psychic vampire, you know. In the beginning, it feels like they're, you know, they're really real. They're a real friend. They're a real companion. But that is only because they're trying to gas you up so they can take out the fuel. Know that whatever the narcissist puts in you, he's taking right back out. And I know that's like the evilest thing that you can hear that a person could do, to build you up, to fill, you know, to fill up your heart, to celebrate you, just to take it out. They already go into the relationship saying that they're not going to keep you around, thinking that. Okay, but you can't see the forest through